The budget 2023 was approved by the Parliament on March 31st, 2023. We then received Article 12 from the CFT, stating that the multi-annual budgets 2024, 2025, and 2026 had to show surpluses instead of being balanced in 2024 and 2025, where we had surplus starting in 2026. In addition to that, they also stated that we had to include a multi-year investment plan in the budget for the years 2024 through 2026. We had many talks with the CFT in which we made it clear that we deemed it unfair that we have to amend the entire budget 2023 to adjust the multi-year aspect, as this can be a requirement for adjustment in 2024. We clearly stated the budget is a projection, and it included the projections at the time of the compilation of the budget, which of course changes if you review the budget months after based on the updated information. Nevertheless, they were adamant that the multi-year aspect had to be adjusted in the budget for the year 2023. However, they included in their advice that this amendment should not delay the receipt of capital expenditures as they were approved for being sufficiently substantiated. We also clarified that this adjustment of 2023 will delay the 2024, as the team will now have to move their focus to 2023 and then back to budget 2024. Given the approval of the capital expenditure, we started this process at once to be able to receive the loan for the capital expenditure of 60.8 million guilders. The request for the loan was sent to the Central Bank on the 10th of May 2023, and I'll go into this topic a little further on in my presentation. Based on the remarks from the CFT, we immediately updated the budget for the year 2023. It was even approved by the COM on June 6, 2023. However, when we sent it to the governor, it was returned as the Landsverordening and the Memorie van Toelichting had to be adjusted. This was a unique budget adjustment, as in actuality, no adjustments were made to the 2023 figures, only the multi-year figures which related to the years 2024, 2025. For the result and the multi-year capital investment. Once returned from the governor, we noted that because it still had to go to the Council of Advice, it would not make it on time to be handled in Parliament prior to the recess. Because it was not handled prior to the recess, this led to the fact that the time had elapsed and we became aware of the more updated realistic information, and as such, the budget 2023 was further delayed as more changes had to be made. Matters that led to the further delay of the budget 2023 were the refinancing of the loan for the ENYA discussion and the inclusion of the calculation of the effect of the changes in the justice function to the multi-year aspect of the budget 2023. The updated information, the actuals based on the Q1 and Q2 actual report, which then had to also be included in the amended budget for 2023. I'll now move on to the multi-annual budget. As I mentioned before, the advice from the CFT included two matters of adjustment. One, the multi-year results, as they wanted to see the positive results of the year 2024, and two, a multi-year investment plan. In this overview, the adjustment to the multi-year result is shown as also in contrary to the previous budget for the year 2023, and we also have a positive result of this year of 1 million guilders, if you look at the graph. In 2024 and 2025, we have a positive result in the amended budget of 2 million guilders, and in 2026, we have an expected positive result of 6 million guilders, which was also already stated in the budget 2023. As we informed CFT, budgets are prone to change and will change based on new information received. In the current budget for the year 2024, which is on its way to Parliament, we now have we have a surplus of 1 million guilders for the year 2024. This is a result of the refinancing interest and is still prone to changes, as I previously mentioned. At the time we were making the budget for the year 2023, the impact of the justice function book changes was still a bit unclear. Also, the arrangements for the refinancing of the loans were unclear, and the impact of these developments on the actuals for the year 2023 were all unknown at the time, which was the reason why we decided to, in a conservative manner, state the balanced budgets for the years 2024 and 2025.
We have achieved, approved, and established the ministry's function book on December 20th, 2021. The road to that achievement was long, yet after over a decade, it has become completed. Now before us, we aim to achieve the final step, which is to have this approved function book activated with the approval of the 2023 budget amendment. Also hanging on the hinges of this approval is the legal status regulation, including the salary tables for police. In order to achieve this milestone, we are seeking the support of Parliament. We are seeking the support of the Parliament of St. Martin in approving the required amendment to the budget 2023. In alignment with the Kingdom law that governs the national decree with general measures, this is the final pending component necessary in this legislative process, giving His Excellency the Governor the basis to sign, as the financial obligation is thoroughly identified and the required installment amount is captured in this amended budget. The calculations are complete. We have identified the total sum needed, which provided the clarity required in accordance with the Kingdom Act in our financial accountability. We have also executed the process of issuing the placement letters to synchronize the placement process. This process being completed with a letter adjustment pending for just a few members of staff allows for the formal commencement of the individual national decrees to proceed for the signing by the Governor and then I as Minister of Justice, following the enactment of all required legislation in the justice package that is currently at the Cabinet of the Governor. To outline briefly the placement process procedure initiates with the issuance of a placement letter and the progress to the issuance of an individual national decree. Should a staff member disagree with the placement, they are entitled to submit an objection to the placement letter. Similarly, if there is an objection to the national decree, individuals have the option to appeal the issued national decree. We've implemented an additional validation check to enhance accuracy and minimize the necessity for appeals. Although the option for appeals remain open to all, furthermore, the creation of the Appeals and Placement Committee is in place to support the entire procedure. If I may, through you, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be able to highlight a few frequently asked questions, as I believe answers to these will help to address certain concerns. Here are some of the frequently asked questions that we have encountered along this process. Can the Minister give insight how the 44.5 million guilders was derived? The retroactive enforcement of the function book and salary tables allows for the corrective placement of all eligible justice employees, both active and inactive, estimated to some 760 employees. The period of analysis begins from 10/10/10 up to the 31st of December 2023. The rates of the social and pension premiums and wage tax tables during the period that the related salary tables support the cost module. The payroll data and pay slips that has been provided by Antec payroll software system. Also, the placement matrix as delivered from the Human Resources Division of the Ministry of Justice. The placement matrix is derived from information gathered from the personnel files available and any other supportive documentation of the employees reflecting their historical task assignments. This was populated into the matrix under the guidance of the Placement Committee in collaboration with the department's management team.
But I want to make something clear, and my apologies to the ministers if they felt that it was pertaining to them in our discussion before the meeting started. We received a presentation today, 10:20, by the Minister of Justice. And I am to question the Minister of Justice on her presentation today. So I'm asking you, Mr. Chairman, how do you expect me to do that on the presentation of the Minister of Justice? How do you expect me to do that? I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to the minister. I'm speaking to the President of Parliament. The presentation that the Minister of Justice presented was sent to the members of Parliament today. Today. In relation to the questions we asked in the Central Committee. But she gave a new presentation today. Now, am I to question the minister on the presentation that she gave today? That's what I'm asking the President of Parliament. Yeah.
Are you, MP Emmanuel, are you using your speaking time or are you asking me a question?
You can take the speaking time or use it for whatever.
So I would just let you know, MP Emmanuel, that this is a budget meeting, and for budget meeting, you have to be prepared from all angles to ask every minister whatever questions you have.
That's not the question I asked you.
To make it easy, Minister of Justice gave a presentation to clarify whatever is being understood by people. I think that was a good presentation for we all to know. That was just an extra benefit from her side, I believe, to clarify a lot of things.
I am asking
Mr.
you, Mr. Chairman, when it is we're supposed to receive this information.
MP Manuel, if you speak, then I won't speak. If I speak, please
Go
stay
ahead.
calm. I'm saying, and in a budget meeting, you have all the rights to ask all the questions to all ministers pertaining, whether they are present here or not.
No.
The Minister of Finance will take back the questions.
Point of order. Point of order. Mr. President, in the convocation that you sent out to the members of Parliament, it was made clear that the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Education would be coming today. The Minister of Finance and the Minister of Education would have been coming today. But even if that's not the case, we receive a presentation. Shouldn't we have received it in a timely manner so that we can ask questions? But we receive it today. I received it today. I received the presentation today. So I'm asking you, you can go around and say that it's a budget and the ministers can come in, we should be prepared. That's the point exactly I'm trying to make. That's the point exactly I'm trying to make. It can't be that we don't get the information beforehand to want to ask and make questions to ask the minister. That's what I'm saying. The presentation wasn't sent to us, and a minister is confirming that the presentation was sent to Parliament yesterday. Yesterday. We received the presentation today, 10:20. So that's why I'm asking you the question, how am I to ask the minister questions relating to the presentation that she just delivered? No, you can't tell me the second round. I cannot use my second round for that. No. I cannot do that, Mr. Chairman. I cannot do that. The second round is to ask other questions. Clarifications is to ask questions that you did not understand or you don't fully comprehend from what was asked and answered. So you can't tell me the second round.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be. RBC is a bank for all of you. Win Christmas cash with a no-fee loan from RBC.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurance
SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
It was merely a year and 2 years and some months ago that I sat here upon taking office, and we went through some logistics, we went through some concerns of NEPA, and one of the concerns were the partnership and collaboration, the backing of NEPA and the government backing NEPA. I think this was important. I saw what NEPA is to the community. It offers that second chance opportunity for those who may not have excelled, maybe academically, but it offers trade. It offers different aspects of education in life. And I think this is very important. Growing up, we want all our kids to be doctors and lawyers and civil engineers, which is good. But we lose the technical basic touch of trade, what our forefathers built this nation on. So this was something indeed that I found very important. In turn, in my tenure, we have did the SOS policy, whereby major investors, in order for them to go through, whether with work permits, they have to fulfill and maximize their potential of getting local resources. In that SOS, it's also monetary donations to enhance the NEPA Institute. And I think this is very important because it's about time we stop hearing that we do not have enough skilled resources. And this is a step that is going to bring us closer to the end of that excuse. So I commend the entire board. I can commend the management team of NEPA for seeing this through. This MOU is a outstanding progress today for St. Martin and its people, offering scholarship opportunities based on funds collected from the SOS policy. So this is very important. We won't be able to help everyone, but we are able to help some. And helping some is always better than helping none.
Amen.
Thank you.
On behalf of the management team and the faculty and staff here at the NEPA, we would like to congratulate everyone on this wonderful achievement. Everybody knows how much of a struggle it is for our students to make ends meet, but everybody needs a chance to get the best education possible, and with this scholarship, that will definitely be achieved. So I'm very happy, ecstatic.
Mr. Romney? Once again, thank everyone for being here and, achieving this milestone. My colleague just said it. This was something happening for a long time, and the minister said it just now. Thank you very much that we focus on those students who cannot be doctors, lawyers. We actually focus on the vocational students. We need the carpenters, the mechanics, and so on. So thank you very much, Minister, and thank everyone.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, your social and health insurances.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be. RBC is a bank for all of you. Win Christmas cash with a no-fee loan from RBC.
Member of Parliament or a minister?
Well, it's a parliamentary election.
We know,
You
but we
know,
know
you can't-
some parliamentarians, after they elected, decide to become a minister because they feel they can get more done.
You could get things done on both sides. You know, people look at that are not used to the apparatus that government is the ministries, while government has an executional board side of it and a legislation side of things. And legislation side of things is the non-sexy part. That's the non-tangible. So when an MP does legislation, that's the one you can't touch or feel directly. But an MP is the one that holds the minister, are supposed to hold the ministers accountable.
Yeah.
And the MPs are the ones there to make the ministers' jobs easier. And also there to communicate to the public. A lot of times you would say the public are not properly informed. That's one, because lack of interest, and the next one is lack of communication from government. So on both sides of the field, I have a whole vision for how I want to bring my vision to fruition. And my vision, not saying it's strictly mine, I really do believe in you're as strong as your community, because your community is who puts you there. And once you're there, you're representing everyone and not just your community. So that holistic, collaborative approach is something that I really build my base on.
Okay, so you're sticking with parliamentary.
Yes, it's a parliamentary election.
Okay. And if asked to become a minister, would you take up that responsibility?
It depends, because I'm a team player. I believe for each spot, you have the right person. And if I'm not the right person for whichever post is being offered to me, I'll stay in Parliament. If I'm the right person for whichever post is offered to me, in discussion with the party and my community, that will be the decision that's made. But it's not just a Darrell York's decision.
Okay. So you're not thinking that anyway, you're thinking Parliament.
I'm looking at basically how Darrell York could contribute. And that's what I said. From you have the traditional things you champion and traditional things that you want to attack, and that's, some would say, executional. But that "are you ready" approach, you can do from both sides. It doesn't matter where you are.
Okay. Okay, good.
But it's a parliamentary election, so that is what we're running on.
Yeah, we keep hearing that. And after 13 years, it's like, okay, let's see where we're going to go with that.
No, because sometimes, just to keep it real, you know, you hear people campaigning, and you hear the things, the way they want to do things and what they want to do, and it's like, oh no, you're running the wrong election. So
exactly.
So I completely understand where you're coming from. Yeah. So that's why I have a standard approach and I have the out of the box thinking Darrell York approach. Yeah. So it doesn't matter where I land, I can still execute everything that I promised, because I'm not promising to do things for people. I'm promising to put people in a position where they could do things for themselves. Okay. And you can do that across the board.
Your first order of business once elected?
My first order of business once elected is to challenge the apparatus with the, listen, at the end of the day, we all say at the end of election, during election is all about colors, and after election is, colors are, there's no more colors. But one would say when you watch a parliamentary debate or a parliamentary meeting, that colors are pretty much prevalent in everything that still is done or decisions that are made. because you have government being government and opposition playing opposition. And you know, after a election, in the event of there's a coalition, you have to make a coalition accord. A coalition accord, most of the times, is just the 2 parties or 3 parties that are in the coalition and the things they want to do. And then what you get is the same old stick where, you know, you come and you bring a motion and the whole opposition will just say against, just for saying against sake. And I'm of the opinion that, you know, if we say we're not about colors after the election, and this may sound very crazy, and like, oh, he new to this, he don't understand how it works. This is my vision. I'm not saying that that's the thing that everyone thinks. But I believe in making a coalition accord, the opposition also needs to be included in it to a certain extent. I'm not saying it's a 50-50 thing, but there should be things in it that the opposition also stands behind, that they can also work towards with the government, with the parties that are in government.